really is some technology you can use. I was thinking that it would be really good at our next board meeting. Whenever, like sometimes in a board meeting, if you've ever been in a board, you need people start having feelings. I know, can you imagine? And I was thinking that, and a lot of times we say, well, let's have a prayer or let's meditate for a minute. I'm thinking it'd be really good to say, let's put on our noses. I can just see that. I think it would help a lot. All right, so that is just the beginning of what I have envisioned for us today. And I see that I have plenty of time and a microphone that works. Today, I entitled this talk, The 4-Minute Makeover. To me, that was funny because, there's just all kinds. I saw something about a 1-minute meditation, and I saw something about a 2 minutes to change your life, and I thought, let's have a Sunday 4-minute spiritual makeover. And I had all kinds of ideas, and so that's part of what we're going to do today. And part of it, hear me, truly, it's silliness. 4 minutes is probably not going to give you a spiritual makeover, but 4 minutes a day might. 4 minutes a day of actually spiritual doing some spiritual practices could actually work its way into making a new spiritual direction for you, being on the path. So here's what's up. We're going to start with some, I've really been excited about reading The Power of Now again. We have a book group on Tuesday at noon, and so I've been reading that book, and I recognize how much of value there is in that book, and I haven't read it for a long time, maybe 15 years or so. There was a ton of good stuff about it, and I've been using that book, and I'm going to use that book today. So, first of all, what I want everybody to do is spend a little bit of time getting centered. So, for most people, they're going to want to close your eyes, but you don't need to close your eyes. You can just sit there and look, but I want you to get centered and ask yourself this question. This is not a meditation. This is a what is alive in me now? Just ask yourself, what is alive in me now? And as you think about it, see what's alive in you now. And I'm not going to make you shout out or share with anybody. This is just your own personal thing. What is alive in me now? What's alive in me now is a lot of energy going on and excitement and a desire to connect, a need for understanding, and I really have a hope that actually what I say will click with a few people, that I'll see the light go on in their eyes, and at least one person will say, yeah, I kind of got what you were talking about today. That's alive in me now. So think about what's alive in you now, and then just blank out. So we're going to do some silly things. And if you feel uncomfortable doing silly things, you can fake it. It's like lip syncing. You can do the lip syncing part of this silly thing. Now, if everybody lip syncs the part of this silly thing, it'll be kind of interesting, but that'll be fun too. So I have 4 things we're going to do for our 4-minute makeover, spiritual makeover. And the first thing is we're going to sing. It's to warm up our voices for the next thing. So, okay, we're going to sing together. La, 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 la. Okay. La, 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 la. I forgot to play the music first. I am not a music teacher. Okay, I'm going to play the notes first. La, 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 la. And as you can see, I have no timing either. You don't know how hard it is for me to clap. La, 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 la. Also, I don't know how to play music, so I can't actually go on the keys and, make it be the right notes. I just have to go on the white notes. I know you're supposed to hit black notes in between to make the key right, but I'm not going to do that. One last time. It'll be just to mess with us. Okay, everybody take a deep breath. La, 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 la. Okay, that's 1 minute of singing. Singing does something. You feel a little different? Feel just a little bit differently connected to who you are? Okay, this is my favorite part. This is the hand scream. I learned this at the very first workshop I ever did in the 80s, the spiritual growth workshop. It's called the hand scream. I think I have to actually put this down. Because I heard some excellent hand screaming. Whew, I feel like that actually made a change. That connected me to a different part of me. I feel like a little more present in my body with that one. The third one is an exercise from laughter yoga. Again, we're going to use our hands. One last thing, a little more grounding. We actually are going to do a 1-minute meditation. The funniest thing that I read about the 1-minute meditation was it was an article in the Lion's Roar, which is a magazine, a Buddhist magazine. It's online. And the 1-minute meditation was written by a meditation teacher. And he talked about how when he first started teaching meditation, he had disparaging thoughts or judgmental thoughts about people who didn't want to meditate for a long time. And then he was hired by a law firm to come in and teach meditation. And he realized that he wasn't going to teach a 30-minute meditation to the law firm. And so he actually just spontaneously did a 1-minute meditation. And it surprised him how effective it was, that an actual 1-minute meditation was effective. Now, the funniest thing to me is when I looked at what he wrote, there were like 8 frickin' steps for the 1-minute meditation. I mean, which kind of cracked me up, including things like sit, put your feet flat on the ground, stuff like that. And I'm not even going to go through all those steps. What I'm going to say is we are going to do the 1-minute meditation with the most important tool, which is the timer. So there's something about the timer on your phone or, the egg timer. Just a minute, I'm coming undone. All the hand screaming, all the laughing. So I have a timer, and it's important to actually time it for 1 minute, and if you feel like especially spiritual, go ahead, do it for 2 minutes. I'm timing it, but I want to give you what I think is the most important instruction. It's not about how you're sitting, other than sit comfortably. The most important thing to me is the instruction about why are you meditating. You're taking this minute to connect to the center of your being, and the way to do that is you're trying to be in the present. You're trying to be in the present by being aware of everything around you and the presence. So we're going to do it together. So the instruction is pay gentle attention. That's the instruction for 1 minute. Just pay gentle attention to your breath, a part, if you want to pay gentle attention to the center of your being or put your hand on your heart, that's good. Just pay gentle attention. Here we go. So, starting right now. So that minute is over. So open your eyes. Just breathe freely and fully again. And now ask yourself this little check-in question. What is alive in me now? What's alive in me now? And while you're asking yourself that question, I'm going to show you a video from Craig about the little lamb we named. Oh, can't. Yeah, 30-second video, there's no sound. That's a little lamb with the broken legs who got healed. That we're having the kids name the lamb. So what's alive in me now? Well, I don't know about you, but for me, I got a little more connected into this person in this actual body in this day, and watching the lamb connected me a little bit to my heart. I believe that laughing is one of the things that gets us in the present moment. It's pretty hard when you're really laughing to not be in the present moment. And the funny thing is that our brain and our body apparently reacts to fake laughing. The physiological effect of fake laughing is as good as real laughing. That's why the laughter yoga works. That's why this nose technology is a good thing. If you take your nose and you put it on your face and you look in the mirror, I seriously think it would be really good if I did it when I'm feeling irritated. Look at the mirror and see myself. The other thing is you can even fake smile. You can actually fake smile, and it produces a physiological change in you that works. Now, in this book, in The Power of Now, the part that I swear I read this whole book, but it was like I don't remember this one part, where he is talking about, on page 116, he calls it Sermon on the Body. For within your body, this body, that symbol of impermanence, limitation, and death that you perceive as the illusory creation of your mind is concealed the splendor of your essential and immortal reality. That's kind of a thick sentence. Let me unpack that. Okay, basically, we're so used to thinking that we want to transcend the body, but the actual key to our divinity right now while we are on earth is being present in this body. He goes on to talk about truth is nowhere else to be found but within your body, because this body is a thin, illusory veil. Underneath lies the invisible inner body, the doorway into being and life, the unmanifested one. That's what I call the soul. That's what I always had a feeling for my soul. That was more than my body, but it did feel a little confusing to think about my soul being separate. If I think about my soul hovering there, that does not help me to be present now in this moment. And it's almost like the zen of it, the trick of it, is that by actually being present in the body, in the now, is how you transcend it, is how we transcend our ego, is by being present in the body, in the now. Through the inner body, or the soul, you are one with God. It's important to keep connected to your soul, your inner body at all times. And as you keep your attention on your body, that helps you to be connected to the now. I have one more little exercise for us to do. This is right in here in the middle of the book, called Connecting with the Inner Body. So close your eyes as I read you this. Right now, direct your attention into the body. Feel it from within. Is it alive? Is there life in your hands, your arms, your legs and feet? In your abdomen, in your chest? Can you feel the subtle energy field that pervades the entire body and gives vibrant life to every organ and every cell? Can you feel it at the same time in every part of your body as in individual? Can you feel it in every part as well as a single field of energy? Can you feel yourself as a single field of energy? Keep focusing on the feeling of your inner body for a few moments. Do not start to think about it, just feel it. The more attention you give it, the clearer and stronger this feeling will become. It will feel as if every cell is becoming more alive, and if you have a strong visual sense, you may get an image of your body becoming luminous. Pay more attention to the feeling. Feel the aliveness with every breath. Okay, open your eyes. I had a whole bunch of scripture to read that I feel like was Jesus talking about this. One of my favorite scriptures is, "Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant in search of fine pearls. On finding one pearl of great value, he went and sold all that he had and bought it." That's from Matthew chapter 13. Because I often believe that Jesus, the person, kept trying to teach us that there's this one truth, and it's in the moment. And talking and speaking in the times that were, 2,000 years ago, that was his most important message, only we interpret a lot of what he says in a different way. But this is my most important message to you that I could say over and over again. Use everything you can to get yourself in the now. That is your spiritual work, and that is that connection when you get connected to your soul or your inner body. When you're hooked up, as it were, that's when all the miracles happen. That's when we're here for each other. I just spent a Friday and Saturday I was at a retreat, and it was a therapy retreat where the most important part of that retreat was being present for one another and listening when it was our turn to do some therapy work. The most important part was that there were a bunch of people in the room who were not asleep at any given time, who were fully present and there. And that is, as I love to say over and over again, that is the difference. That's the difference between night and day. That's the difference between joy and depression. That's the difference between, folding in and being afraid and expanding and extending and just letting your light shine. Just listening and being present so that I can see the light that you are and you can see the light that I am.
It's time to take an offering for unity.